Hello. So I'm just going to continue off kind of my last video. So I'm going to look at the outlook for September for the zodiac signs. So first I did the earth signs, and now I'm going to do the fire signs. So I'm going to pick kind of an energy and go through each of the signs. So I'll start with Aries. And I just want to see the archetypal energy that's coming up for the collective of Aries. If you have Aries in your chart, this is coming up for you in September. So it's kind of going to go on the September energies here. So let's see. So we've got the Two of Pentacles energy coming out here. So Pentacles are, they're that earth energy. We've got the two here, which it looks like here, our twos are usually our partnerships, our relationships, our two can be as well, our masculine and feminine type of thing, but it looks like here we might have some choices. So we've got these pentacles and it looks like she's juggling, so maybe we're juggling some choices. Maybe there's some indecision in some choices. We're not really sure which way to go this September. So it looks like though we've kind of got this very earth energy, this grounded energy, but we're kind of thinking about where we want to go, maybe what we want to do next. Maybe there's an option between two things that we're trying to pick from. We're juggling maybe our home life and our work life, we've kind of got that juggling here, but we've still kind of got that playful nature. We're options, we're maybe weighing our options this September. So let's see what else comes out for this. So we've kind of got that pentacles are that kind of material world, and it could be about creating that balance between both. So let's see here. So we got the Nine of Hearts. So this is for Aries. Nine of Hearts. So it's saying fulfillment, harmony, and protection. So it looks like here, so there's a completion of something. So with the 9, I would say, we've got that completion energy. There's something that's kind of wrapping up, maybe a cycle or a chapter. And that's what's, causing this, this decision. Because maybe there's another, I'm trying to think here. So yeah, there's like a closing out of a chapter, but there's like a new beginning that's coming. The energy is kind of wrapping up around something. And this might cause us to weigh our options, or it might cause us to juggle some choices on where we want to go next. What do we want to do next? We've got this material, this earth energy, this kind of, these pentacles represent, it can be our job. It could be career-wise where we want to go. It's kind of that materialistic. The pentacles are like career, finances, maybe, home life, stability. It's kind of like we're juggling those options, but there is a completion, but there is fulfillment. It looks like something is being fulfilled, but it looks like it is harmonious. Like I was saying, we still kind of have that like playful energy here. We're balancing, creating that balance with the two. We have that... Yeah, we're creating kind of that balance with the two, but it's, there is that harmony. There is that, like I was saying, you could be juggling kind of your material, like your job, your career, and your home life, and it's that balance. It's finding that harmony, finding that fulfillment. But we have, we are protected in this. So we've got this tree. And we've almost got this, this very heart-like energy. So, we've got this harmony, it could be some emotions with that as well. But it's kind of this card of creating that balance, I find, that harmony between, it could be between the material and the spiritual world as well, finding that harmony between both and having to integrate them together. So that could be something that you're juggling right now as well as a Taurus, or as an Aries. I did this before. So but it looks like here, so yeah, we have the Nine of Hearts. We've got some knowledge, like we've got this tree, so we've got this very earth energy still coming out here, but we've got this kind of tree of knowledge. It looks like, you know, we've got this all-seeing eye. You know, there is some wisdom. You know, nature, it looks like she, like, you know, you are very grounded though. Being out in nature though is really going to help as well. But there is like this fulfillment, and I feel like it's in the areas of maybe career and maybe the home life as well, like balancing those two. But there is some sort of, you know, some sort of fulfillment, some sort of harmony. Something is, you know, there's a chapter that's kind of closing, but it's closing out on a good end, so that, you know, something else can come in, because we've got this, you know, weighing kind of our options here. So let's see what else we have here for Aries. Oh, and number 37. So then we have number 10. So number 10 would be a completion for me. And then, so we've got a new beginning as well out of that. So there is some sort of completion. There is some sort of fulfillment. But it's going to be like an emotional fulfillment. It's going to be like harmonious. Things are going to start to kind of flow. We're not going to be juggling, you know, juggling anymore, you know, type of thing. So let's see, is there a soul lesson? So we have a little bit of envy coming up here. So it's saying here, I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. So yeah, we all have, you know, different challenges, and the way that we handle them, you know, is all going to be different. The way that I handle a challenge is going to be different than the way someone else handles a challenge. Does it mean that it's easier? No, it's just the way that, you know, our beliefs are set around that challenge. You know, some people can go beyond their belief system and go into a challenge, and for them, you know, they're looking at it from, you know, kind of a different perspective. They're looking at it as an opportunity instead of, you know, a challenge type of thing. So you might have some envy coming up, but it looks like we're having some sacral and some root, you know, some illumination I'm getting out of this. So there might be some illumination. There might be some envy coming up with that too. We're purging, right? We're purging the things that are no longer serving us, you know. So it's says here, I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. So yeah, we all have challenges though. And you know, not everything is how it seems or what meets the eye. Sometimes, you know, you can think one thing and you get talking to somebody and you figure out, you know, you find out their story or something, and it's like, holy crap, I never would have thought, you know, that person was going through that, or that person was dealing with that. So, you know, if we have envy, then it's kind of something in ourselves where we have to go and look within and saying, well, why do I have envy of that? Why am I envious of that? Is that because I feel like I don't deserve that, or I'm not worthy of a life like that? You know, it's going inside. You know, we've kind of got those, I think envy, jealousy is kind of one of those 7 deadly sins they have. It's kind of that ego. It's going into the ego a little bit. And it's really maybe digging in even into envy. If that pops up for you, it's definitely going to be a sign for you to really dig into, you know, what your belief is around that. You know, dig into that emotion that you're having, because that's where that magic is going to lie. So let's see, I'm just going to pull a angel card as well. So we have number 88. So there's some sort of reward, it looks like, that's coming in. So, and in this month of September for Aries. So we have that infinite energy. We've got that double, that, you know, that a powerful, potent vibration of the 8-8. So we've got that infinite energy, that flow. It looks like, you know, you might have something come in, you know, something that is rewarding you for a lot of hard work that you've been doing. We've got this flower, you know, we're illuminated, we're lighting up. And it's got this very pink energy, so it's kind of giving me that heart chakra, that crown as well. But there's some sort of reward here, and maybe that's kind of connected to these the Two of Pentacles energy and the Nine of Hearts. So we've got that fulfillment. You know, that could be part of the reward. Or, you know, we've got this harmony, which can also be very rewarding. We have that infinite flow, that energy. You know, so it's got that harmony, that balance. We're, you know, balancing that as above, so below with the 8-8. So it's going to be rewarding. You know, it's going to be rewarding this September. You know, but really digging into some of those emotions that you have is going to help with that. But there is some sort of fulfillment. There is some sort of balance. There's some sort of harmony coming out here for the month of September for Aries. So I'm just going to pull a crystal here. Ooh. So we got turquoise. Turquoise is going to be a good one to work with. So what it is, brilliant blue-green turquoise has been rocked by humans longer than almost anything. From Lhasa to Marchek to Tuscan, turquoise is what and always will be both go-to protector and fashion statement. Who needs it? Anyone whose voice has gone AWOL. You know, where to put it. Set in sterling silver rings, belt buckles, boho ties on podium, open mic night, or wherever else you need to speak up or speak out. So when to use it? When you feel disconnected from things that make you human. When you've got something to express, get it out with turquoise. So it's speak your truth. So you're being asked to speak your truth this September. Using turquoise is really going to help that. So in this too, that speak your truth also can show up sometimes in, you know, that like we have that number 2, so that in those, you know, in our relationships as well. So it looks like that's what I have for Aries for this September. So, you know, my Aries peeps will have to let me know if that resonated. So let's go on. I'm going to go on to Sagittarius and see for this September. You know, the archetypal energy that's coming in. Let's see here. What do we got for Sagittarius? So we have the Three of Pentacles. So yeah, we got the Three of Pentacles here. So we've got that material, that earth energy, the pentacles, career, finances. We got that 3 here, which is, you know, that ascended master number, that knowledge, that that learning, that growth. But we have mind, body, soul connection as well, you know. 3s can also, you know, have, it could be a group of people as well. See how we have, you know, people kind of looking on here. But this is really kind of the card of like hard work this September. So, you know, we're kind of carving the path. We're abundance though in that. It looks like we've got some different kinds of chakras here. We've got the root, the heart, and the crown is going to be really good ones to work with. But yeah, we're really forging that path. We're making our mark. You know, but we have a little bit of that abundance, but that could be in our career, you know, or our home life. You know, it could be working on things with a group of people. You know, maybe there's some sort of project that will be coming in that you'll be working on. But it looks like we're making our mark. We're working hard this September. You know, we're really carving our path. So let's see here. And it's like people are watching us do that. People are watching us carve the path. People are watching us, you know, on our journey kind of thing. Whether that be at, you know, work or in your spiritual life. You know, you've got some eyes on you. Let's see what's coming in for Sagittarius. Oops. So we got the flame tree. There's the start of something new, and we have that blood moon in September, I believe. It's the eclipse moon, I think. So we got that flame energy. So we got that fire earth with the trees. You know, we're burning up. There's some sort of purifying, but I believe this is definitely going to be affecting you by, you know, that full blood moon. There's going to be the start of something new, though. You know, things are being burned up. They're that are no longer serving you right now. But, you know, the tree bears, you know, it bears its abundance, its fruit type of thing. So it looks like here there is going to be something new that's coming in. And this could be you know, connected to you forging your path. Look at, you see how you have people watching. It could be, you know, an opportunity that comes, you know, from, you know, someone who's been observing, by someone who's been onlooking. Someone sees that you're putting in the work, that you're, you know, carving your path, or carving your, you know, your name or your mark in stone kind of thing. But there's definitely something new coming from these flame tree. And then we've got number 30. So we got number 3 here. But number 30, so, you know, our mind, body, soul connection. But it was like I was saying, you know, that knowledge, that ascended master energy, that growth, you know. So, and we've got these trees. These trees are like, you know, they're grown, they're healthy. But it's like, it's almost like it's raining down this fire, this blood moon. I feel like there's going to be a purification as well with that, because, you know, that purification by fire card has come in. But I feel like this full moon, I think it's the eclipse moon or something. I feel like there's going to be the start of something new. Something's going to happen. And trees are knowledge. Trees are wisdom. We could be getting, you know, some of that could be something that's coming. You know, we could be taking another either career path, or it could be, you know, in our spiritual life as well, you know, a learning, a course, something that's going to it's going to start off something in our path, because we're forging it, right? So let's see the life lesson that's coming up for Sagittarius here. Let's see here. So we have judgment. Yes. Okay. So this one makes a lot of sense. I'm a Sagittarius, so that's probably why I think I was just reading about that. You know, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. You know, like I was saying kind of on the last one, like we all go through different things, but we all have our own path, you know. You know, to pass judgment on someone else is really passing judgment on ourselves. We believe that if we're judging them, we're really judging that aspect or that part of ourselves that is really digging into a core wound or something of ours. So we've got this purple, so this crown chakra, so it's coming from our crown. You know, it's our thoughts. We're projecting judgment with our thoughts. So it looks like here, yeah, you're being asked to kind of take on that affirmation of, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. So ours, you know, ours aren't going to be, we have similar challenges, but the way that we deal with them is going to be different because we are all unique, right? So we all have our own path to carve. So to be in judgment of somebody's path is really kind of to judge yourself, and you're kind of just projecting that onto them. You're judging your abilities, your gifts, your life, you know, when you're really judging someone else's. So it looks like judgment will be one that will be coming up for you, some sort of life lesson for you. So let me see what else here the angels have to say. So for my Sags, what do we have here? What are the angels saying? Oh, well, we got reward again. I don't know how that happened, but yes, yeah, so we got that 8-8 energy. So, you know, maybe that's the start of something new. You know, there is some, for all your hard work, there is some reward, you know, coming, because you've been, you know, there is some hard work. You have been, you know, forging your path, you know, have been working hard, making your mark, and there is some sort of reward. And I feel like maybe this is financial. Maybe there's some financial with career, you know, like that materialistic kind of, you know, got that Pentacles energy, you know, but there is start of something new. But I feel like there is going to be some reward in that. We have that infinite energy and that vibration, you know, that kind of double vibration of the 8, that balance, harmony, flow, you know. So it looks like here, though, there is some sort of reward, whether it's, you know, the reward is the start of something new, or the reward is something, you know, that you've been working towards, some sort of goal that you're going to achieve. So let me see a crystal. That'll be a good one to work with for this September for Sagittarius. Oh, so this one just popped out. So we're doing bloodstone. What is it? Bloodstone is an earthy green chalcedony splattered with seriously activating red jasper. In the Middle Ages, some believe the red splotches on the stone surface were the blood of Christ. Who needs it? The constantly overworked and completely drained by the soul-sucking emancipations of modern life. Capricorns. So it looks like some Capricorn energy in there as well. So where to put it? Wherever you do the important work, spiritual, physical, and psychological. So yeah, like I was saying, we've kind of got that crown energy, that psychological, then we've got that earth energy, we've got that, you know, that physical energy, that spiritual energy, the heart as well. So then it's saying when to use it. When you're totally bled dry and it's time to get into your body and start feeling your damn self. Sleep, get some exercise, take nourishment, and call on bloodstone to drag your ass out of the house to face the day. Chin up, head high. Power up your vitals. So it looks like bloodstone's going to be a good one to work with, you know, because it's got that, if we're, you know, we got that energy of us, you know, working hard towards something. Sometimes we can have that burnout, you know, we're overworking sometimes, you know. So it looks like that's going to help temper that bloodstone is going to help temper that need to be, you know, constantly like doing something or constantly working. That bloodstone is going to help, I feel like, ground us a little bit more in our, you know, our mind, body, soul connection. Like we had that 3, you know, the physical, spiritual, and psychological, those 3. So bloodstone's going to be a work where it's going to help you power up your vitals. So that was for Sagittarius. So next we have is Leo. And I will pull some cards for Leo. So I'm just asking for the collective for the Leo. What is the energy that is coming out for September? So we have the Lord energy. So Leo, yeah, and I feel like that like totally kind of is like Leo, you know, you got that king energy, that king of the savannah or king of the jungle, as they would say. But we have this energy of like learning, teaching, and being the leader. He's sitting on the throne, you know, he's confident. He looks over, the protector, the, you know, the one people go to for advice. It's really that wisdom, embodying kind of that wisdom, that wisdom, elegance, tactfulness of a lord or a king. You know, someone who's ruling over people has to have the qualities of a king or a lord, you know, in order to be successful. So, you know, like we have to listen to listen to people. We have to teach and guide. You know, we have to make the decisions that are on the good of the whole, not just for ourselves type of thing. We have that wisdom and that knowledge, though. That's why, you know, you are the Lord, you are the king. You know, so, but we've got that archetypal energy, that very patriarchal energy as well, that masculine energy of like logic and it's like that, that mentality of the king or the Lord here. So it looks like here we've really got that grounded energy. It's really, you know, sitting high on that throne. And that's kind of got that Leo energy as well, right? So let's see what else is coming up here. So that's for the month of September. Oops. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll take that one here. So this one here, we got Sacred Heart. It says passion, love, spiritual communion. So yeah, like, and that's kind of giving me that Leo, the lion, you know, Braveheart type of thing. You know, that courage. We've got that Sacred Heart, that heart energy. So it's saying here, so passion, yeah, like we've got that Leo energy, that fiery, that passion, love. You know, we've got that wisdom, that spiritual, you know, communion. But we're saying here, so we've got kind of that heart, and it's illuminated, right? It's on fire. It's kind of got that, and you know, we do have that fire with the Leo energy, but that seems to be a common theme, kind of coming up with the cards, is this fiery, you know, fiery energy with the tempered with this earth kind of thing. So it looks like Leo here, you might be called to, you know, working with the heart. Matters of the heart, matters of love, you know, your passions, but it's saying here we got that spiritual communion. So we're kind of, we've got that kind of that spirituality coming in, you know, with this archetype of the Lord. It's like that brave heart. You know, we've got that passion ignited. You know, we've got that, it's kind of our materialistic and our spiritual are now kind of combining here. So it looks like here, and then number 12. So then we have number 3. We've been getting quite a few 3s in here, in the cards lately. But yeah, so that number 12, so that mind, body, soul connection, that's what we are. We know we got that Trinity, that Mother, Father, Holy Spirit. We've got that learning, that growth, the Ascended Masters, I would, you know, associate to number 3 as well. But we've got that, that connection, our spiritual, our mind, our body, our soul. It looks like that's what's coming in for September. And it's igniting something within our heart. It's igniting our passion. It's igniting our love. You know, it's igniting our connection to ourselves and the universe. But it's through our heart. It's through love. So let's see what else here. Life lesson that's coming up for... Oh, so we got balance, yeah, for Leo. So like I was saying, we have that mind, body, soul connection, that balance of all those 3, that Trinity. You know, we're being called to have that balance. So it's saying here, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. So you're really being called to balance, to have that balance, that that connection within those aspects of your lives, to create balance in that. So it looks like that'll be a life lesson that's coming up for you. We've kind of got here a lot of the crown chakra. So we might be thinking about how we can create balance, you know, how we can create more harmony in our lives. But it's working on that mind, body, soul connection. And I'm getting specifically, you know, working on, you know, your passions, what you love to do. You know, the Lord's kind of got that discipline as well, you know, and staying disciplined in that. But it's growth. It's growth. You're growing this September, but you're creating balance, or you're being asked to create balance within those. So I'm going to see what else. I'm going to do an angel card. It's that harmony, being at one with, you know, our mind and body and our soul. So it looks like we got 999, so we're being asked to release. So release any illusions that you have. Release any fears, any doubts. Release anything that's no longer serving you. So this September, you're being asked to release. You know, maybe even release some of the some stuff from your heart. I'm getting heart chakra. Release some of the past, you know, pains. Release some of the traumas. I'm getting with this, with the fire, it's kind of like that burning up. It's lighting up the heart, but it's also burning away nothing that's no longer serving you, and it is connected to your heart, I believe. It's connected to love. You know, release past pains that are connected to your heart. You know, see through the illusions. We're getting here, you know, we got that third eye too, so we might be releasing from our third eye as well, you know, illusions. But it looks like you're 999. You know, you're being asked to release yourself, I'm getting. Because it's like we have this like masculine man who's very like disciplined, and you wouldn't think that the Lord, you know, he's kind of got this stone face, you know, he's like that tough man's man. He's wearing the antlers, he's the stag, the leader. But sometimes, you know, when we think of that, there's not very much emotion, you know, in that. It's kind of got that strategic game face, that war face, putting on kind of like that front. There's not a lot of emotion, you know, within the Lord, because he has to be strong. And that's Leo being strong, you know, he has to be strong, you know, because sometimes I think that having emotion is seen as a weakness, but you're being asked to release, to show that, to ignite your heart, to ignite that passion, that love, you know, and you're being asked to release maybe some of the things in the past that kept you chained. And, you know, so I feel like there's going to be some sort of heart activations. We got that purifying energy again. So, but it looks like you're being asked to release. So I'm going to pull a crystal for you to work with. For Leo for September. And when we're releasing, we're not judging it, you know, we're not judging how we release it either. That could be emotional release. So don't judge if there's some sort of emotional release connected to your heart. Do so without judgment. So what do we got for Leo? So we got Celestite. This is for September here. So what it is, blue-gray Celestite is a delicate sulfate mineral, airy, buoyant, blue, cotton candy vibes. It gets its name for the Latin word for heaven, and if you close your eyes and ask it nicely, maybe it will take you there. Who needs it? Anyone brazenly ignoring their consistent inner voice that actually has some good ideas of how you might better handle this whole life thing. Where to put it, as a calming adornment wherever you meditate or pray. When to use it, when it's time to stop and really listen. With Celestite as your guide, you might be surprised what you hear. So we're asking to tune into our serenity. So yeah, our peace, creating that balance, tune in to our own serenity, you know. Stop and really listen. The Lord listens, like I was saying, you know, he listens to the people. You know, he has to listen, you know, for advice as well sometimes from other people. You know, he doesn't always have all the answers, but he has to... be open, because, you know, he does have a kingdom that he has to run, but he has to, it has to be for the benefit of all the people, not just for the benefit of himself, you know, to be up on the throne and to have this power. You know, your power comes in listening to others. So that's what I'm getting, is like listening to yourself, but also listening to others, tuning into your serenity, bringing in a state of perfect harmony into your world. But really listening, I'm getting, really listening. You have to stop and listen to your inner self, but also listen and be aware of the things that people are telling you. You might be getting some ideas too. That's how synchronicity works sometimes too. We have to listen. We'll meet somebody and we'll talk to them, and something coincidentally will come up, that we were just talking about, or some kind of plan that we had for the future, and it was like, oh well, this guy is now suggesting he works with somebody that's suggesting this and this, and it's like you have all these connections, if that makes any sense, but you have to stop and listen to them. And sometimes we can listen to them and we can say, oh, well, yeah, that's a little, what they're saying, it seems a little far-fetched, like it's that easy. But I've seen multiple things happen where I'll be talking about something, specifically with my fiance about a plan for the future, and we will go out and he'll meet somebody that, owns a piece of land that he really wants to get, and it's like, it's just kind of has this like synchronicity stuff around it. So it's really listening to those around you. I feel like that's going to be a big one for the September. It's not only listening to your inner voice, but listening to the things that are going on around you. Be aware of the synchronicities, the opportunities that are coming in, but release. You're being asked to release any of the illusions that you have, that that you might have any fear, any doubt. Release that. So that's what I have for Leo. So if that resonated for September, let me know. But yeah, so we're just starting into September, so we'll see what happens. All right, thanks.